Hello, and thank you for joining us tonight. Guy and I are grateful for the opportunity to put on our party clothes and celebrate with you. Guy, I know you've been working from home a lot, but this isn't Zoom. We have a lot to do here tonight for the Mental Health Association, so you might want to put your pants on.
Thanks, Tricia. Good catch. It has been difficult these past few months, but I'm excited to be here with you tonight in the Community Services Wing of the Mental Health Association. I was noticing the keys behind us here. They are a reminder of why mental health matters. I know why mental health matters to me. In the past decade that I've been affiliated with MHA, I have seen numerous occasions and examples of people coming to MHA in need of service, whose lives have been changed, even saved, by the services provided here. MHA isn't just helping the clients who come here. MHA is helping the entire community, and that's why mental health matters to me.
That's right, Guy. The keys represent our community's thoughts about mental health. It was a campaign we did several years ago, Mental Health Matters to Me. Many of us had the opportunity to write down why mental health is important to us. Here, one of the keys says, let people know it's okay to feel anxious or depressed. There's help at MHA. As you can see by the number of the keys back here, many of us are all impacted by mental health. Mental health matters to me because I believe it's the backbone of our overall general health. We can be active, loving, and personable with our friends and families with perfect and pure mental health. As we go through this COVID-19 crisis, I'm so concerned over our community's overall mental health. So much anxiety and depression can be out there, and I want everyone to know that it's okay to feel this way, and it's okay to reach out to MHA, because we're here to help.
Mental health does matter. It matters to all of us. Good evening and welcome to the Mental Health Association Virtual Celebration Catoctin Affair 2.0, Stand with MHA. I am Guy Fletcher, co-chair for this year's Catoctin Affair, and I'm honored here tonight with my co-chair and friend Tricia Griffiths as we pivot our event to recognize the dedicated work of the Mental Health Association past, present, and future, as well as raise the necessary funds to meet the increased demand in these unprecedented times. MHA's Board of Directors, staff, advocates, and volunteers remain committed to provide invaluable programs that support a strong foundation of emotional wellness for our whole community.
Before we get started, we have a few housekeeping notes to go over. Should we experience any technical difficulties, this video will be uploaded to the MHA website. That's www.fcmha.org for your viewing pleasure to watch at any time. It's important that you know safety precautions were used in the production of this video. Segments were pre-recorded, and those involved in the filming used necessary safety measures, social distancing, face coverings, and hand washing. The health and safety of our clients, staff, and volunteers is our top priority.
We want to be able to share with you openly and honestly about the work we do here at MHA, but we also understand that some of our work may be difficult to hear. If at any time you feel overwhelmed by the content, please take a break and rejoin if you are able, or if needed, please reach out to our call center or our walk-in crisis service.
Tonight would not be possible without the support of many friends and community partners who have stood right here by MHA. We would like to take a minute to thank them for their continued encouragement and financial support, including our generous longtime supporter, Frederick County Bank, who was our presenting sponsor 3 years in a row and continues to stand with MHA as our community partner. A special thank you to Spherion, who continued their partnership with us as this year's Catoctin Affair Platinum sponsor. We are so grateful for many of our 2020 Catoctin Affair sponsors that converted their sponsorship into donation. Your generosity is inspiring, and we thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for standing with MHA. We are indeed grateful. One of the partners who have continued to stand with us is the Osherman Family Foundation. They understand the value in being responsive to the changing needs in our community and will match dollar for dollar up to $25,000 raised from tonight's event. Your gift tonight will instantly double and impact our ability to address the critical needs of our community. To donate, visit fcmh.org/donate.
And now, the reason you have joined us tonight, to learn about the tremendous work done by the Mental Health Association. Over the last 55 years, MHA has grown and responded to the ever-changing needs of our community. It has always been here saving lives, saving families, and making our community whole. In 2012, we moved to our current location here on Jefferson Street to expand the vital programs needed to support those facing challenges in Frederick and beyond.
Together, we have supported our whole community, prepared resilient children, secured vulnerable families, and faced crises together. In our current state of uncertainty, as we navigate these uncharted waters, we find ourselves seeking comfort and reassurance. We are all experiencing heightened anxiety and sadness due to the loss of human life, sickness, loss of jobs and income. We're grieving the inability to gather with family and friends. We can't even recognize celebrations like graduations and weddings and vacations, or get together on a Friday evening for a dinner and a movie. The Mental Health Association has been here from the beginning, providing comfort, support, and connecting our community to valuable resources in times of need or any time.
As COVID-19 began to change and influence our daily way of life, MHA quickly stepped up to address the critical needs. They were immediate for our community. It is my honor and privilege to introduce Shannon Alshire, CEO of the Mental Health Association.
Thank you, Guy and Tricia, for being here tonight to help us recognize the work of the Mental Health Association. And thank you to our community partners who continue to stand by us by providing valuable resources and support. The past few weeks have spotlighted how connected and dependent we are to each other. The conditions we're experiencing produce increased risks for child abuse, anxiety, domestic violence, and depression. The persistent stress wears down our ability to manage our emotions, but we know that by removing stressors and adding supports, it makes a huge difference. That's why, as many of us have stayed home for everyone's safety, MHA's essential workers have continued to address the critical needs of our community and provide connections and support in a time when they are most needed. Our 24/7 call center is answering a record number of calls to help guide people to accurate information, provide community resources, and support people who are in crisis, at risk of suicide, or simply anxious about our current state of affairs. In March, we saw a 45% increase in call volume when compared to the previous year, and about 30% of those calls were related directly to COVID-19. MHA is continuing to make outbound calls to homebound seniors in our telephone reassurance program and providing them with additional resources as necessary. We are continuing to support childcare providers who are providing care to the children of healthcare workers, first responders, and those providing other essential services by moving training online, using teleconferencing, and using Facebook Live sessions. Our contacts with providers increased 566% in April over a typical month as providers seek the information that they need to continue their businesses. We are continuing to offer counseling, medication management, and walk-in crisis services by swiftly migrating to a telehealth model, and our home visitors, navigators, and Casa staff continue to provide support to families who are now struggling with new concerns and anxiety around the virus, finances, and homeschooling. MHA does essential work that is purposeful and benefits us all. We measure our success in terms of shared benefit for both our clients and the community. And now I'm pleased to share with you what some of our clients have to say.
Hi, my name is Tara, and I became a member at MHA back in 2017. When I started my therapy, I was probably a sophomore in high school. So, granted, they had to deal with teenager me, which wasn't too great, but they really handled it well. When I originally started therapy, I didn't think that it was going to be beneficial, especially through MHA, just because I had been through other therapies before. Most of them mandated, where I was I had to go do them. But with other therapists, definitely comparing to the treatment that I got through MHA really is so outstanding, and they really are like no other. They go out of their way to make sure that you are not only able to work through the plan that they set up for you, but they are there with you every step of the way, helping you along, explaining things to you, just like helping you. And that was not really anything that I had ever gotten from a therapist or an agency, was that consistency and that relationship that I built with them. And at MHA, I'd never walked in and not known the person at the front desk, or I didn't know the people that I was passing in the hallway, or I didn't get a hello. The environment there is not anything like I'd ever been introduced to. And I feel like that's why I did so well with them, was because they were so open-armed and they were just so accepting and helpful with me in my progress with my trauma. And I feel like that is how it is with everyone that goes there. I feel like I always hear great things about them and their mentality and their work ethic. And I was with them for 2-ish years, 2-3 years, and I'd finished my therapy my senior year of high school, and that was a big thing for me. I finished my therapy right before I went to college. And here I am. This is me, right after my first year of college. I finished my first year of college with a 3.8 GPA. And you guys don't know me, but I struggled very heavily in high school because of my mental health. And, seeing myself succeed in college with all of these coping mechanisms and things that I've worked through with my therapist, I can see myself actually growing and building better relationships with myself and communicating my needs and wants, and I'm actually growing in life. And so I really just don't think that I would have been able to do any of this without, eventually going to MHA and meeting those people. So if you are considering MHA, I would strongly advise it. They are some of the best people I've ever met, and I would not change a thing. So thank you guys so much, and MHA really changed my life.
Clients who are with us before the pandemic are experiencing new challenges in addition to their original needs. Some live alone and have difficulty accessing their supports in the best of times, and now they have even less access to those contacts. Recently, one person shared these thoughts. MHA has never been more important or appreciated by me. I am so lucky that you do this and help me through this difficult time. Everyone I have spoken with has made me feel safe and seen. And isn't that what we all want at any time, but especially now?
The Casa program really does fight for the youth in a way an attorney cannot. Casas are volunteers. They volunteer to make the best of our case. They volunteer to hear about our stories and be a part of our troubled lives. They volunteer to give us every opportunity we could possibly have in this world. My first Casa, Denise, fought for me to have the chance to go see my birth mother after 11 years of not being around her. She was not paid for her travel, for her courage to speak up in my name, nor her time spent with me away from her own family. To Denise, I was as much a part of her family as her own kids or her flesh and blood. Denise loved me like I was her own, and that is something you can't pay her to do. It is not a requirement of the job, but Denise enjoyed her time with me. She was someone I could laugh with and cry with. She was there for me when I needed it, no matter what time of the day or night. My current Casa, Tiffany, is very creative like me. Her artwork requires a head of hair and a beautiful soul, while mine calls for a beat and a stream of my own thoughts. Tiffany is very relatable and down to earth. She's super sweet and thoughtful. She's not impulsive, but takes into consideration how I may feel about any decision that involves me. She knows what I like and what I do not, because she takes the time to know me. She checks in with me to make sure I'm good. Her role in my life is very supportive. She pushes me to keep growing strong and is there when I need someone to talk to. Casas are people who just want to be there for other people. They help, provide hope, and believe in us youth, though others may not. That faith is sometimes all the youth needs to change their life for the better. The persistence of a Casa volunteer goes a long way in getting a youth to truly think about what they want their future to look like. To think that all you need is a little drive.
Hello, MHA. I'm a proud father of a loving and ever so changing 12-year-old daughter. She and I have been attending counseling sessions at MHA in Frederick twice a month for approximately 8 to 9 months or more. At first, I was a little hesitant to attend, not knowing what to expect, as my experience with other counseling organizations had sometimes made me feel alienated as a father. But that was not the case with MHA, particularly our counselor. She has made my counseling experience feel so effortless and natural. Her ability to allow both my daughter and I to express our feelings freely without being judgmental has really allowed my daughter to express her feelings verbally, when in the past, that was not happening. Recently, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, MHA has been offering virtual sessions, which has allowed me to continue my counseling sessions and has given me the opportunity to see my daughter in real time. Now that truly makes my day. In closing, as an African American father, I am truly at a loss for words for the amazing support that MHA has showed my daughter and I. Thank you to the entire MHA staff.
And that's how MHA measures success. As we continue to move through this crisis together, MHA will use our values to guide our decisions about what comes next. We know that the need for mental health services will be great. We hope that you can continue to stand with us so that we can sustain the work necessary to support our community moving forward. We are forever grateful. Thank you.
Shannon, that was so inspiring. Thank you so much. As you can see, the need is great, but MHA has responded and responded quickly. Tonight, you have an opportunity to be a part of the work that's being done every day to lift up those who are struggling. Remember, we have the Osterman Family Foundation match. They're matching every dollar raised up to $25,000. Like Guy said, you can put in and double your donation here. Won't you please stand with MHA tonight to donate? Click the button at the bottom of the screen and you'll be directed to our donation page, or visit the website fcmha.org/donate. Thank you so much.
We know many of you already stand with MHA. Some of you are going to attend the Catoctin Affair, which was to be held on May 9th at the Frederick Fairgrounds, but obviously because of the gathering restrictions due to the coronavirus, we had to cancel. A community leader, Julie Gaver, was set to be this year's MC. While we are disappointed not to hear her inspiring words at Catoctin Affair, Julie is with us here tonight. Julie, as some of you know, is a local speaker and author who connects people with themselves and others, giving them the tools to blossom. She has been a longtime advocate of mental health and understands the importance of connecting those in need to valuable resources. I am happy to introduce my friend, Julie Gaver.
Hi, everyone. I was so looking forward to serving as your MC this year for the Catoctin Affair because I was so looking forward to hearing all the inspirational stories about all of the good work that the Mental Health Association is doing. I love hearing the stories of triumph and of challenge and all of the things that people overcome in this community, and the testimonies from the staff and the advocates and the volunteers always warm my heart and remind me that we truly are a community that cares for one another. And not only that, we're a community that is there whenever we need help. I don't know if you knew this, but I was a board member many decades ago, and I still, even now, I still stand with MHA because of the mission. And I have appreciated the evolution and the growth of the organization throughout the years. And I appreciate the fact that they have created programs and strategies and products that serve a wide variety of needs. So I stand with MHA, and I look forward to hearing about all of the wonderful things that will be continued. It's been a tough couple of months. Just the new schedule that we're all under, adjusting to working from home, all of these things have created a lot of stress and a lot of challenges that we perhaps were not equipped for. And I love the fact that the Mental Health Association is addressing these needs for all of us, that they're standing with us to provide whatever it is we need to get through these tough times. We're filming this from our farm, Meadow Branch Farm, and I find that during these past couple of months, this is the place that's given me solace. I find that when I'm outside and I feel the fresh air and I smell the dirt and I'm working in my gardens, it gives me a sense of peace like none other. And I think it's important for all of us that we find that thing that makes our heart happy and that we look for opportunities to do that. And so this garden is a special place, and I hope that you will join me here this summer. We have a very special offering where you can enjoy the peace and the solace and the beauty of this place. And we hope that you'll join us, and we hope that you'll stand with MHA.
Thank you so much, Julie. I know I would love to spend an afternoon in your garden on a beautiful summer day. Some of you have been there before, and it is absolutely amazing. Julie is opening up her beautiful garden to you and 8 guests for a meal and conversation under one of her one-of-a-kind pavilions. Thanks to the amazing ML Carroll, this meal will be prepared courtesy of Best of Frederick winners and culinary geniuses Canapes Catering. And if you've been to Catoctin Affair before, you know how amazing their food is. How can you enter the raffle garden with Julie? Make a donation online at fcmha.org/donate. Starting May 28th tonight at 7 p.m. through June 4th at noon. A $1,000 donation is 60 raffle entries. A $500 donation is 30 raffle entries. $250 donation is 15. A $100 donation is 5 raffle entries. And $50 gives you 2 raffle entries. I already put in my donation, so I've got lots of raffle entries coming. Winner will be chosen on June 4th at 6 p.m. and contacted by the Mental Health Association of Frederick County staff. So be on the lookout for that in case you're the winner. The Raffle Garden Party with Julie will recognize COVID-19 practices and protocols for social distancing and limits the gathering to the winner plus 8 guests.
That sounds like good self-care, a delicious meal, friendship, and good conversation in a beautiful setting. Thank you, Julie. It is important now more than ever to take care of yourself and your mental health. Those on our front lines, our first responders and essential workers are protecting, serving, and caring for all of us. Everyone experiences times of sadness, isolation, and added stress. Our essential workers experience levels of stress and anxiety related to the job that many of us may never fully comprehend. Many of us have family members filling these crucial roles. This is another reason to stand with MHA to support first responders and their families. Our board president, Allison Bamba, can speak firsthand to that experience. It is my privilege to introduce Dr. Allison Bamba, licensed psychologist and the board president for the Mental Health Association.
Thank you, Guy, and thank you all for being with us tonight. This organization is incredibly important to me and to our community, and MHA's services are needed now more than ever, as many are struggling with increased feelings of isolation, loneliness, depression, anxiety, and thoughts of suicide as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. My family experienced a tragic loss just 7 months ago when my brother, TJ Bamba, died by suicide. My brother was a big, strong man with a large presence. He was a husband, a father, a police officer, and a provider, and he refused to talk about his feelings, his struggles. He refused to accept help. Instead, he suffered silently and eventually lost his battle with depression. MHA's resources are here to help. They provide professional, confidential support for all of us. Together, we stand with MHA to erase the stigma. It is me, it is us, it is all of us. Thank you for your time tonight, and thank you for your continued support.
This is me.
This is us.
This is all of us.
This is us.
This is all of us.
When the night has come gets dark and the moon is the only light we see.
Mental health matters to me because it is an underlying factor that has a great impact on our community and our families. It has generational effects.
Now I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me.
Mental illness impacts a child's ability to learn, to form relationships, and to handle their emotions. Mental health doesn't impact others, it impacts all of us. It's not a character flaw, it's not something to be ashamed of, it's not something to try to hide, and it's not a choice. Mental illness is a brain disorder, and it can be understood and treated.
Stand by me, and darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me.
Mental health matters to me as it had a direct effect on my family, an immediate family member. It was the Mental Health Association that helped me realize that it's okay to not be okay. They helped us, my whole entire family, when we needed them most, and it was my mission to give back.
Mental health matters to me because I grew up with someone dealing with severe bipolar disorder. I've also struggled with my own depression and anxiety. It's time to change the stigma around mental health. Mental health is just as important as physical health.
If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountain should crumble to the sea.
I've been in law enforcement for over 12 years. I have experience both in patrol and in investigations. I have seen firsthand the effect of mental illness, from connecting individuals with the services that they need to sitting with families after a successful suicide attempt. Mental illness affects all of us, and now more than ever, the MHA needs our support to help those in need. Thank you.
By me, oh, stand.
In the funeral business, we see mental health crisis every week, whether it be from an overdose or suicide. I believe it all stems from mental health. I also lost my father to suicide 14 years ago. So that has made me realize that number one priority is you have to take care of yourself, and that means making sure that you have good mental health. You can't be the best mom, you can't be the best spouse or friend, coworker, if you're not taking care of you and making sure that you have good mental health.
Oh, please stand, won't you stand by me? Darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, please stand, won't you stand by me?
I am a father, I am a husband, I am an uncle, I am a coach, and I'm part of this community. This is me, this is us, this is all of us.
This is us. This is all of us. This is us. This is all of us.
This is me, this is us.
This is me, this is us, this is all of us.
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 Powerful. As you can see, mental health matters, and it matters to all of us. Together, we can erase the stigma and build a stronger community. A strong foundation of emotional wellness for the entire region we call home. From before birth to old age and through education, advocacy, empowerment, and treatment, our programs make healthy lives and a strong community possible. We need your help. Please consider standing with MHA and make a donation tonight. Thank you.
On behalf of all of us here at the Mental Health Association, we thank you for your continued advocacy and support. If we all stand together, we can change minds, save lives, and strengthen our community that we share together. For more information about the services and programs at MHA or to make a donation, please visit our website at fcmha.org. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Guy and I were excited to get dressed up and be a part of this, and we hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you and good night.
Good night.
And darling, darling.